What's up, boys? What's up? This is an emergency one. So institutional ownership, right? BlackRock just added 3 million shares in BioNano. They just purchased 3.5 million BioNano shares, literally. This is absolutely crazy. Tell me it's true. Yes, yeah, it is. We have 3 million Bngo. We're on Bngo right now, right? Institutional ownership was just. The only reason why I'm streaming this right now is because it would take me way too long tonight to get a video and download it all and break my laptop even more. 6% institutional ownership. We literally just had 5.5% in the video that I just released like 2 minutes ago. This is absolutely. I'm kind of freaking out right now. This is absolutely crazy. Now, the only thing that could really screw this over, though. The only thing I want to be fair here, right? They technically could have, right? Because the file date is not indicative of the transaction date. Technically, they could have bought all of these at 558. They could have bought them, they could have bought at 558 back here and sold already, and they could be out right now. Yes, that is true. But knowing that institutions don't really do this ever, they don't really do quick trading, especially when they do a huge investment like this. I mean, sure they do, but it's just not normal. At least I would say it's not normal. So this is absolutely crazy. We also have another one right here that I was just updating after the video that I made was done. Right, of course, perfect timing. But 3 million shares were added, my friends. 3 million and 3.5 million shares of Bngo. BlackRock bought, one of the biggest institutions ever. And I apologize for the lighting, my friends, but this is what we're dealing with at this time. This is an emergency update. I wanted to get this out before anyone else was covering it. BlackRock, $3 million, not 3 million, much more than 3 million. And we're talking, what is that, tens of millions of dollars invested in BioNano, 558. 7th, literally they just updated this. Someone just emailed me. Thank you whoever emailed me this. I forgot your name right now. I'm forgetting off the top of my head. But yeah, 3 million shares. This is absolutely crazy. So let's go over some stuff before we end the stream here, because I want to let you guys go back to what you're doing. This is just real quick. I wanted to give you an emergency update that institutional ownership just bumped up 1.5%. It was 5.4%. Now it's 6.63%. I mean, this is pretty crazy. So if we go to the implications here, so this is literally, I just put this together in like 5 seconds because I literally just tried to start streaming right when I saw that this is crazy. This is crazy news. Implications. I think this is actually pretty big. I think this is pretty big for BioNano. We're gonna go more in depth over the weekend as I have more time to actually digest it. Like literally, I just saw this like 5 minutes ago, literally. But this is absolutely crazy. Institutions are loading up. We've been talking in the institutional institutional ownership synthesis here that we've had for a while. Obviously, this is what we've been saying that was going to happen. BlackRock's size is absolutely humongous. They are one of the most renowned, and I think they're like in the top 5 biggest institutions as far as money that there are in total. They're definitely one of the biggest. I know that for sure. Is this a big deal? Yes, I do think this is a big deal. This is definitely a big deal, boys. NASDAQ is going bullish. Tell me about NASDAQ, please. All right, I'll tell you what. I'll get to the questions after we go over this. I'll tell you what, my friend. Is this a big deal, though? Yeah, as I said, absolutely it is a big deal. I mean, assuming that they didn't sell out all of these shares, which they certainly could have. But I don't think that's likely. So I'm going to say, assuming if we can assume they're still holding this right now, this is absolutely crazy. This is, for anyone who's just getting in BlackRock, the file date, okay, don't let me hype you up too much on this, but basically, if they are still holding, BlackRock just added 3.5 million Bngo shares. I mean, we're talking tens of millions of dollars. Institutional ownership just jumped by 1.2%. It was 5.4% as I shot the last Bngo video that you were probably watching. Now we have 6.63%. Literally, this is insane. It's absolutely insane. The great news is BlackRock just added 3.5 million shares, but I'll repeat this. I'll repeat this really fastly because most people already saw this. The only thing that could be screwing us over here, because the transaction date is not the file date. Remember, the file date is not indicative of the transaction date. So the only thing that could be screwing us here is if they bought in at 558 right here, and then they sold like in a couple of days when they were up like 10, 15%, right? They're not even up that much. That's the only thing that could be screwing us over here. But otherwise, and remember, they could have bought today. Or they could have bought last couple of days. They didn't have to buy back here. The file day, sometimes they get the file day just like that, right? Sometimes they're just on top of things. They want to get the file day done. They want to get the paperwork done, the bureaucrats done, right? They want to get all that crap over with. So they could have bought today or yesterday, right? Seriously. So all this stuff is on the table. So let's get back to the implications, though. Is this a big deal? Absolutely. Institutional ownership and my synthesis is the last thing we're going to go over. Then I'll let you guys go back to what you're doing. I'll answer some questions after this. If you guys have some great questions, I'll answer them. But institutional ownership, we've been talking about, okay, we put this out, 2 weeks ago, and then institutional ownership was like 2-3% or something. It's gone up exponentially. I mean, when buying at a stock price is at such a lucrative and auspicious level, the institutions, even the dummies in suits, the weenie babies, are realizing this is a good steal, and that's exactly what we're seeing in the future. We're going to be talking about this more on the weekend, but I'm so hyped right now. But institutional ownership is going up. I don't see any reason for this to stop. So, anyways, I'll put a link for the due diligence document if you want to read more on that. But yeah, I'll take your guys' questions now if there's anything else. So feel free to get out of here right now. I'm just going to take a couple questions. I know someone wants to know about the Nasdaq. So the Nasdaq, I'm going to cover that over the weekend in depth. But in short, I'm bullish, my friend. I'm slightly bullish for next week right now. Many contingencies, but there are many. But I am bullish slightly. So yeah, I'm gonna end this very quickly, so I don't have to keep any of you more here. Okay, all right, boys. All right, thank you so much. Yeah, it is great news. EJ, thanks for tuning in, my friend. It is great news. This is absolutely insane. I can't believe right after I finished the other video, Blackrock, Fintel.io decides to update it. 3.5 million shares right there. It's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. We'll see what the stock price does. We'll see if anything happens next week. But this is absolutely insane, man. Anyways, relevant information regards titles done now. All right, boys, I'm done. I'm just gonna end it. Thank y'all so much. I love all y'all. Yeah. Yeah, man, this is absolutely crazy. All right, thank you so much, man. I'll see you guys on the weekend. A ton of videos coming this weekend. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much.